Amazon. How much is, quote,
can an aging mall get new?
1988
Debt failed, and the once dominant.
As we are reaching the end of 2024, the retail landscape is still undergoing significant transformations, as several more major retailers made headlines with the announcement of store closures. Big-name stores such as Biglots and Rite Aid have been making headlines recently due to shifting tides of the industry and consumer behaviors. Previously, we went over chains such as Rue 21, Dollar Tree, and 99-cent stores, and I highly recommend you check out part 1, which I will leave a link for you in the description. On today's list, we will be going over more notable chains that will be or already have gone out of business in 2024. Now, without any further ado, let's get started.
Can I show you something?
I was just smiling. I was just browsing.
For your wife or your girlfriend?
What? What happened?
Biglots. Biglots is an American discount retail chain that is headquartered in Columbus, Ohio. In early August of this year, it announced that it was closing 315 stores nationwide after it reported a loss of $205 million in the quarter, ending May 4th, 2024. This number is higher than the number they originally said previously, in which it said only 40 locations would shutter. CEO Bruce Thorne stated that the company's sales had taken a hit due largely to a continued pullback in consumer spending by our core customers, particularly in high-ticket discretionary items. A company spokesperson said that although a majority of its stores are profitable, it's making the difficult decision to close certain underperforming stores. After reviewing the store closure list, California is being hit the hardest with most closings. There are also theories that Ollie's Bargain Outlet is hurting Big Lots, selling closeout merchandise and excess inventory from manufacturers at a discounted price. As recently as September 9th, 2024, the company filed for bankruptcy amid sale to an invest firm. Big Lots listed its assets and liabilities in the range of $1 billion to $10 billion, according to a filing with bankruptcy court in Delaware. Walmart. Walmart is currently the world's largest company by revenue, according to the Fortune Global 500 list. This year alone, the company has closed around 11 stores across the United States due to a variety of issues, including underperformance and high shoplifting. The state with the most closures was, yes, you guessed it right, California. Stores must really not like that state for some reason. Anyways, it was hit with 5 closures, with one being a neighborhood market. Locations would also close in both Aurora, Colorado, Columbus, Ohio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Townsend, Maryland. 2 would notably close in Georgia, with one being a neighborhood market in Marietta, Georgia, and a supercenter store in Dunwoody, Georgia, both closing July 12th of this year. Why this may or may not come as a surprise, Walmart has recently been pulling out of areas where high crime is present, despite the company overall doing financially well. Walmart has pledged to open 150 new stores over the next 5 years and remodel 650 stores across 47 states. Today, the company operates a little over 10,600 stores, with more opening soon. Macy's. Macy's Inc., which owns the department store chains Bloomingdale's and Macy's, and a beauty store chain, Bluemercury, announced the closure of 150 stores by 2026. The stores that will be closing account for only 10% of sales, the New York Times reported. It plans on adding additional Bloomingdale's and Bluemercury locations. While the plans primarily focus on closing underperforming stores, Macy's will be reimagining some locations, opening 30 smaller stores stores that are not in malls, and trying to bank on shoppers' desire to visit stores that are not part of traditional malls. The smaller stores have proven to be more profitable as they don't carry as much merchandise and don't have as many employees as large mall-based stores. It was also reported that the company had already laid off 13% of its corporate staff in January. As of the making of this video, Macy's hasn't publicly released a list of the stores targeted for closure, but some locations have already been listed for sale, indicating that those locations are part of the closure list. CVS Health. CVS, which is an acronym for Consumer Value Stores, dates back to 1963 when it was founded in Lowell, Massachusetts. Today, CVS has more than 9,000 locations, including those in Target and Schnucks grocery stores. The company has reportedly shuttered about 600 stores since 2022 and expects to close about 300 more this year. Many of us are wondering why this chain is closing stores. And CVS spokesperson Amy Thibault has the answer. She says that the closings are based on our evaluation of changes in population, consumer buying patterns, and future health needs to ensure we have the right pharmacy format in the right locations for patients. There are also several theories out there saying that some closings are due to the multi-billion-dollar settlements of lawsuits stemming from opioid sales. CVS is expected to pay $5 billion over 10 years as part of their settlement. The store closures only ran through April of 2024, so if your local CVS is still operating, it has been spared from the closures. While the spokesperson declined to share an official list of the store closures, we found a list that was created by the Crazy Coupon Lady. JCPenney. In the coming months, JCPenney announced that it would shutter 4 stores across many states sometime before September 22nd, with the JCPenney at the Westville Annapolis Mall in Annapolis, Maryland, closing in 2025. An additional location at the Wayne Town Center in Wayne, New Jersey, closed, but opened a new location at the Brookfield-owned Willowbrook Mall across the street, in a former Lord & Taylor store. For the 4 newly planned closures, the company said it has been unable to find suitable locations in the market for any new stores. Just like Macy's, who we already covered, JCPenney is in the midst of a turnaround and an effort to upgrade stores. When Brookfield Properties and Simon Property Group agreed to buy JCPenney out of bankruptcy in 2020, many observers said the mall RETs likely hoped to keep those spaces occupied. Simon Property Group CEO David Simon said that JCPenney's isn't likely to close many stores and, in fact, could benefit from opening new ones. Neither Brookfield nor Simon owns any of the malls that would be losing a JCPenney anchor this year. Today, JCPenney runs 663 stores, which mostly anchor malls. The retailer hasn't experimented with off-mall locations the way other retailers have. Badcock Home Furniture. Badcock Home Furniture dates back to 1904 when the first store was opened by Henry S. Badcock in Mulberry, Florida. In December 2023, it was announced that Conn had completed its purchase of the company. In July 2024, Conn warned that it may file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection within the coming weeks, blaming inflation and a decline in sales as part of the decision. The company also blamed its purchase of Badcock as a result of mass losses and struggles. Eventually, Conn filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in Texas, listing assets and liabilities of between $1 billion to $10 billion. Liquidation sales of both Conn and Badcock are expected to conclude by October 31st, 2024. Rite Aid. Rite Aid Corporation is an American drugstore chain based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In 2007, Rite Aid acquired Eckerd & Brooks Pharmacy, making it the 3rd largest drug retailer nationwide at the time. In 2015, Walgreens attempted to acquire the company for $9.4 billion, which eventually never went through due to Walgreens canceling the merger. After revisions, Walgreens eventually purchased 1,932 Rite Aid locations for $4.38 billion, leaving them with roughly 2,600 locations. On August 25, 2023, Rite Aid announced that it was preparing to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection within the coming weeks to settle federal and state lawsuits over the company's role in the opioid crisis. Rite Aid was also delisted from the New York Stock Exchange in October of that year and shuttered 500 stores. On August 13, 2024, it was announced that all 186 locations in Michigan would shutter, according to filings in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. Recently, Rite Aid also announced that it would be closing 117 of its 121 remaining stores in Ohio. Since its initial bankruptcy filings, the chain has closed a total of 729 stores. Rite Aid officially emerged from bankruptcy as a private company on September 5, 2024. Redbox. Redbox, as we all know, is an American video rental and streaming media company that has kiosks available at retail stores, convenience stores, and pharmacies. Redbox started to see a major decline after being purchased in 2022 by Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment for $375 million. By this time, the company operated about 34,000 kiosks nationwide, with plans to increase that number with 1,000 more kiosks. In February of 2023, CVS filed a lawsuit against Redbox for failure to pay commissions during the third quarter of 2022. Sheetz followed suit for not receiving payments since the end of 2022. In June of that same year, convenience store chain 7-Eleven sued Redbox for cessation of paying a percentage of the fees it received from movie rentals. This eventually led to 7-Eleven terminating its contract with Redbox and demanded that the company pick up its kiosk, but stated that Redbox failed to do so. As a result, 7-Eleven franchisees began to unplug machines and tape credit card readers shut. On April 23, 2024, Chicken Soup for the Soul announced a $636.6 million loss in 2023 and warned that without any options to generate additional financing, the company may be forced to liquidate or pause operations and seek a potential Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection filing. In May 2024, Kroger announced to customers that it would soon shut down its Redbox kiosk. On June 29, 2024, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after missing a week of paying its employees and failing to secure financing. A bankruptcy judge would later order Chicken Soup for the Soul to convert into a Chapter 7 bankruptcy liquidation after accusing the company's previous CEO of misusing the business and failing to pay employees or support health care. With the Chapter 7 conversion, the company's asset will be liquidated, resulting in cessation of its subsidiaries, including Redbox. In addition, over 1,000 employees will be laid off and over 26,000 Redbox kiosks will shut down permanently. Well, this brings us to the end of our list today. Let me know in the comments below if you know of any other stores that are closing in 2024, or if you are surprised by any of the ones we went over in the video. See you next time!